Hey everyone, Pat Mesiti here, and trust that you're all doing good. A little bit of a change of scenery here, and we normally are in our broadcast studio, but preparing the house for the grandkids to come up from Sydney after the borders were open, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. So I'm just going to let a few of you jump on board here, and we're streaming across all our platforms. Thank you for those of you that were with us last night, and again tonight I want to share something inspirational, some teaching that hopefully will encourage you, coach you through the crisis. And you know, we're at different stages of this so-called pandemic. Not buying into a lot of the jargon, the narrative that's going on, but many of you know me. I don't buy into the jargon or the narrative. I'm very concerned at how fast we can shut down a nation and an economy. I was listening to someone today who said that they were talking to a leading world banker, and this very prominent guy. He said, well, how long would it take to shut down everything? And they said, a day. So you know, we need to be vigilant. We need to be wise. But today I'm going to, you hear a lot of people talk about get rich quick. And so I want to talk to you about my get rich quick scheme, or my get rich quick plan, or not my plan, but, someone once said to me, Pat, how do you get rich quick? I said, slowly. But these are 5 things that I believe can help you to get rich quick. Now, by rich, let me qualify it. I'm not just talking about finances. I'm talking about areas of life. My number one, get rich quick. Things you got to be quick, off the trigger, just straight bang. You know, I believe when people say the good things come to those that wait, generally it's the leftovers. Some people are waiting for their ship to come in, but they're at the bus stop. And procrastination, oftentimes another form of fear, because we're scared to take action. But here's some things that we can be quick on. Number one, it says be quick to hear and slow to speak. In other words, open your ears. Open your ears. And now, not all conversations need to be leaned into. And by the way, there are some things that I believe people should never hear. More importantly, we should never say. And with that in mind, let me ask you, are you quick to hear? Are you quick to listen? Are you quick to be teachable? Are you quick to be open-minded and receive new idea? Are you quick to hear? Is your ear to the ground with what's happening in our world right now? If you're going to create abundance and success, you've got to have this thing open. You can't do this and expect success to come to you. Life doesn't work that way. And our success oftentimes is directly in proportion to our ability to listen, learn, and apply. That's listen, learn, and apply. And we're told to be quick to hear, slow to speak. Oftentimes for me, I've been the other side, where I've been quick to speak and slow to hear. And when I've done that, hasn't really worked out that great. So can I encourage every one of you, be quick to hear, open your ears, plant great seeds in your mind that will help you excel for the future, that will help you build a successful life. Second thing is, watch this, be quick to be the higher person, the bigger person. You know, there's a lot of things in life that I would certainly like to react to. And of late, I've reacted to some things that I think need to be said. I still think some things need to be said. But are you willing to be the bigger person? You know, someone slaps you on the cheek, it says turn the other one. Interestingly, the good book doesn't say what to do after that. But anyway, I'll leave that one alone. But are you the higher person or the lower person? I remember coming out of the background that I came up as a teenager. I learned that it took a lot more guts to walk away from a fight than to walk into one. And sometimes in life, you've got to choose your battles. You've got to choose what's worth fighting for. You've got to choose what's worth walking away from. You've got to choose that you're not going to stoop to the level of other people. I don't want to be the kind of person that stoops to, number one, the shrine of everyone's opinion. Number two, to the level of everyone's, spirit of lack and their whole broke mentality. And the other thing is, I don't want to stoop down to people's trailer trash sort of stuff. If any of you know me, know that I will walk away from that and move away from that and move away from people like that. So be quick to be the bigger person, the higher person. Not everything needs your reaction. Not everything needs your attention. You've heard me say this analogy over and over again. Not any chump can walk into a bar and challenge the heavyweight champion for a title fight. They've got to qualify to get in that ring. Not everyone should qualify. Third thing I think is be quick to apologize. How long does it take you to say sorry? How long? I believe saying the quickness of your saying sorry is in direct proportion to the level of your maturity. Saying words like, I am sorry, forgive me. Please don't qualify them like, some people use softness like, if I hurt your feelings. Well, you're actually giving yourself an out. You know whether you have and you know whether you haven't. Being quick to apologize is the mark of maturity. It's a mark of wisdom. It's the mark of someone who would rather save a relationship than win an argument. I know some people that are just so hell-bent on winning arguments, they don't care less about relationships. Don't be that kind of person. Be the kind of person that is quick to apologize. The next thing is this: be quick to be generous. I've often thought that I would like to be more generous than what I am. And, generosity can be a great strength and can be a great weakness. But are you quick to be generous? You go out for dinner, are you quick to pull out the credit card, or are you the last one? You're trying to get out there and you're making the motion, but you're not, you're trying to find the wallet. It's back there somewhere, and then you kind of halfway pass the card or the cash over. One of my pet hates is when you go out to a restaurant and people start splitting bills. Oh, I had 3 drinks and you had 1, and that just does my head in. I don't want to live life that way, where I've got to, get the tally and you had an appetizer and I didn't and she didn't, and before you know it, the fun, the fellowship, camaraderie, it's out the window. Be a generous person, but not just with money, but with your words, with a smile, with encouragement, with wisdom, with understanding. Not all of us are the same as each other, and celebrating each other's differences is a sign of generosity. Are you generous with your words? Are you generous with your knowledge? Are you generous with your tenderness, with your touch, with your with your love? These things are all forms of generosity. Finance is one of them. And the way I've figured it is, the way you do some things in one area of your life often reflects how you do things in most areas of your life. That's why, and I want to highlight to you guys right now, we are offering tomorrow night, we have a spectacular webinar at 7 p.m. And I'm offering every one of you that comes on that webinar at 7 p.m. a free vacation at a 4-star hotel all over this country. We've managed to get a deal with a vacation company, and we're using these vacations as an incentive. So if you'd like a free vacation for a family of 4, all you got to do is rock up on the webinar. And if you want the details of that, we will have them on the Facebook later on, and we'll put a link there, or you can direct message me on my Facebook, and we will make sure you give us your email as well, that we will give you a free ticket, but you must attend the webinar, and you've got to be there for the whole 2 hours listening to it. And these vacations are not timeshare, they're not MLM, nothing like that. It's something that we've worked on, a strategy we've built. And so if you like that free vacation for a family of 4, under no obligation, I will make sure that you get a ticket. But you've got to be on that webinar. I'll put a post up on my Facebook a link for that later on. Oh, there he is. Thank you, Jonathan. There's my wonderful Jonathan. Jonathan is on. He didn't know you're on there, Jonathan, and he's a great guy, Jonathan Job. So we want to be quick to hear, slow to speak. We want to be quick to be the high person. We want to be quick to apologize. We want to be quick to be generous. And the last one, be quick to take action. Now, I don't want you to be hasty, but I do want you to be quick, because nothing lasts forever. And life has a way of creating sliding doors moments. I remember when my great friend Glenn Twiddle came up, sliding doors moment. There I was at Paddington having a breakfast with a very prominent real estate executive discussing the future of one of the biggest franchises in real estate history in this country. And Glenn just ran up and said, "Mr. Mesiti, will you sign my book?" And then he got the bravado up and said, come speak to my group. And of course, seeing his enthusiasm, what was I going to say? No, I gladly went there. And now Glenn, it just is a global phenomenon. But he was quick. He was quick. He was on it. And I've discovered that every time you wait to take action on stuff, oftentimes you miss the opportunity. It's like when you get these true and false exams. Generally, the right answer is the one that you first felt. When you overthink things, can I encourage you? Don't overthink. On the other times, you've got to not be so impulsive. And I'm pretty quick off the trigger. But I've learned to be able to cut through the BS and cut through the jargon and make informed decisions. Once you've got an informed decision, take action on it, because remember, good things don't come to those that wait. They generally get the leftovers. You want to be in there and taking action. So, guys, if you click on that link that we've got there, you'll be able to take some action on our webinar tomorrow night. So they're my 5 Get Rich Quick tips for today. And I look forward to seeing you on here live at 5 tomorrow night. And make sure you go over to our YouTube, press like, subscribe and share. And, hey, let others know that we're here on our live at 5 sharing and giveaway vacations this week. So God bless you and thanks for tuning in.